Yep, let's see. Okay, hopefully I'm audible at least. Let me just check. Yeah, cool. What about YouTube? Hello, hello. Cool. It's also working. Hopefully, it's working here as well. Okay. All right. So let me give you some context. First of all, welcome back to the people who are watching on YouTube. Welcome back to Code Dusting. My name is Vasu Srivastav, and you're here after a lot of time, I guess. This is being like, I don't know how long has it been since I actually streamed, so I don't even know whether people will even join or not, because it's been like what, 5 months or so since I last released any videos. Anyways, so to give you the context of this particular video, what I'm going to do in this is set up my 2025 development environment, and that's the entire gist of it. Now, the reason why I want to do it is, one, I want to move and basically learn something about the AI. And when I say AI, I don't mean like the hype part of it. I mean like the part which is good. For example, the LangChain. For example, the Python programming language. And when I was looking into the Python programming language, what I found was there's something called Mojo. Now, if I go and look at Mojo, not this, like Mojo programming language, what I found was that if I have to get started with it, one thing I need is Linux environment. And if you saw previously, or if you see my setup, this is basically a Windows environment. Now I have a problem. I cannot have two setups simultaneously. The reason being that, well, it's kind of like a self-diagnosed thing, I guess you can say that. I don't like things which are cluttered. So it's kind of like an OCD for me, where if the space is getting too much, I want to delete the entire system. So the moment this goes below 50, I will format the entire system. I don't know why I do it, but I do it. Second, I cannot have the same program installed on Windows and Linux. So for example, if you see this right here, this is Linux. Anybody who knows it might able to understand this, what this partition is, but this is Pop OS. If I reboot the entire thing, it will be Pop OS. Okay. The reason why I'm not using it is because of this thing called OBS. Now, if you check this part of this entire thing, by the way, if you think this is a mistake, no, I just don't want my face to be like outright visible. That's it. Okay. If I go to filter, these are the free plugins which I use. They are not available for Linux. So if I stop this like one by one, like this, okay, now you will see how the entire setup is actually working. If I click right now, you will be able to hear it. If I'm correct, let me just check. Right, you are able to hear the click sound. So that is where the noise suppression come up. Okay, now second part is this one. If I enable it, you will see this is kind of like you can say some sort of like an audio filter which I have used, and then it is a equalizer, then this is a compressor, then this is a wider. Wider basically means it kind of like stretches my voice to feel like you are in some sort of like not focused. It's, you are in some sort of like hall, I guess you can say that. So if I open you, if I just show you, right, see, so this is somewhere around 22 for me. Again, not available on Linux, all of them. Then this is a limiter. So after wider, I need a limiter, and this is the inbuilt expander. So yeah, so now this is my voice. This mic is somewhere around 5,000 6,000 or something, and I don't have like the big mics, so I need these setups. So therefore I am stuck with Windows. Not to mention, if you see, I actually play the games, so I'm stuck with Windows. And therefore my OCD said, if I'm stuck with Windows and I need this HUD, if I can just show you, let me just close this. If I am stuck with Windows, I need something called HUD, right? Which is for PHP. This is something that I was, going back into PHP and all of those things. So for that, I installed HUD. Now, when I installed HUD, this installed things on my Windows. Same with the node, right? And because it did, I just simply stuck with it. I think that kind of like, so everything here is Windows, right? Everything like Go version, Rust version, I think it's Rust up or something, or Cargo version, I guess. Yep, Rust up version. There's a Cargo version, right? You will also have some sort of like a Java C version. So everything is here only, and this setup is quite great. But what I want is to move to WSL again. The first reason was Mojo. Second reason is I want to dive deep into the Docker or containerization and things like that, right? And move away from the automatic setup. So basically, I'm trying to go deep into the backend part of the entire process. Okay, it's cool. So that's what this video is about. I'm just going to set up the WSL, and that's about it. And then we'll stop. My next video will be going into the backend end of the things, Nest.js, and how actually to communicate Nest and Next. It's something that I'm actually working on in my regular work, and there was a lot of issues in the regular pattern regarding the cookies and everything when the two backends are involved, because then you have Next backend, Nest backend, Next front end, and things like that. So that's for another video. Cool. Let's start with this. Let's see. I'll start with the installation. Yeah, let's do it. And this will install the latest Ubuntu eventually. And I hope there's no lag, because if my PCX starts to heat up, it will lag, right? So that's the whole issue. Okay. And I won't be looking into my chats because, well, let's be honest, there hardly will be anybody who will be joining, since I came back after such a long time, and for the rest of the two platforms, I'm nobody. So yeah. And it is installing Ubuntu, which is good. Okay, and while that is happening, let's run this. Okay, what I want is, basically I want to simply remove everything which I am not using. So I will install it. Basically everything that I will install in WSL, I will not be having it here. Bun is one, Dino is another one, FFmpeg is another one, Make I don't need anymore. By the way, these packages are Linux library, but they are also available through Winget. Somebody actually made a port of it here, right? I'm no longer using Flow Launcher either. Then Git, I don't use it from here. I mean, this is too much of a space. I don't want it here. Same goes with this, right? Then Go programming language, I don't need it here. JQ, I don't need it for Windows anymore. Local, I don't use. Mongo Compass is fine. Miniconda, yep, let's remove it. NeoVim, I can remove it from the windows. Oha, I can also remove it from the windows. PHP Storm, I mean, I have it, it's licensed, but still I hardly use it. But let it be. For big PHP project, it is good. PowerShell is fine. Proton is fine. Sekiro is there. Starship, I mean, let it be because this is power setup. Um, what is this about? I don't know. I forgot why I use this. Let me check. Let me see. Zig? Yeah, maybe it was for Zig, so I don't need it here. Same goes for this. I don't know why I installed it. Same here. Let it be windsurf. No, I don't like it. VS Code is fine. Like, I don't like the AI tools, like AI editors. Let me be quite honest. What I don't like about the AI editors is they do not respect the LSP completion. IntelliSense LSP, I want that to be the first completion scenario, and if I don't like it, then please go ahead, but they just override it. Same goes with Zik. I don't want it. Now let's quick uninstall all of them. Nope, just remove it. Don't like it. Okay, and this happened. Changes will not be effective until the system is rebooted. Okay, pretty sure there should be a way of doing it, otherwise I have to reboot the system, which I don't want. Okay, let that happen. Yep, it's right here. It's installed, so let me just close it. Let me open this. It's here. Okay, the way I set things up is basically I go to, okay, yeah, maybe I should increase the fan. Let me just check, just in case. I mean, I have that, but it's already good. Hopefully there's no voice. Okay, let's go quickly. I need the ZSH auto suggestion right here, and then ZSH syntax highlighting. These are the only two things that I actually use, and the rest is oh my ZSH, right, which is like basic. Okay, let me just call it code dusting. Password installation successful. Cool, I am logged in. Okay, first thing first, sudo apt update, because you always need to be updated. Okay, cool. Done. Now sudo apt upgrade. Yeah, let it be whatever it is, I don't care. By the way, that's how I operate. I don't care. I also have another issue that I want everything to be up to date for some reason. Okay, it's doing it one by one. And by the way, my DB is going to be DB engine only, so I'm not going to install MySQL, PHP there, everything there only. Okay, let's see, DB engine, select admin. check whether it is working or not. Okay, cool. All right, this happened. Sudo apt install zsh. Yep, do it. Then we will go to omizsh install, run this, done. Then just come here, there's a install md. Here I will go to where it is. This should be omizsh. Okay, that was installer plugin manager. Here it is. Copy. Oh shit. You want to change? Yes, please. Okay. Control. This is done. Let it remain open because we need to copy paste certain things. omizsh. Copy. Come here. Copy. Okay. Now we go to zsh rc. We go at the very end, somewhere here in the plugins, and just copy paste this syntax highlighting like so, and here auto suggestions like so. Cool. And then this, and this is done. Now next thing will be technically it should be available because it's available in, yep, this is available in PowerShell. So maybe we can utilize this one or let it be. I mean, I have to overcome this stupid mindset that I need everything at one place and I cannot reinstall because of some space. Maybe I'll just remove the game itself. Okay. Okay, that is done. Let me just source it. This should work. Yep, now it started working, which is exactly what I wanted. And I don't know how long this will take. Okay, next is, I mean, I don't use it, but it doesn't hurt to have a NeoVim just in case. Better than Nano for sure. Download from download. Okay, I don't know what it is trying to remove. A source in just few seconds from download. Latest stable release. Okay. No, I don't want it like this. What is the latest version? Okay, let me just check. 10.2. I don't think we will have the 10.2. Technically, we can install Homebrew in Linux as well, but I don't like it. It's extremely slow in a way. I think this will help because I'm downloading the tar file which I was trying to download before. Then this is sudo rm rf opt nvim, so it's removing the previous version if there exist any, and then this is extracting the everything which this is to opt folder, and this should do it. So let me also check, maybe I don't need this anymore, which is good. And then I need to export this. Okay, let's do it here, what I have done. At the very end, okay, this should work. Source it, and let's try it. Yep, that worked. Okay, now there's a huge problem because my PC will start acting up. So what I'll do is, let's just pause this for now. Okay, I placed it in some sort of like a stand where there's space between, below the entire thing. The issue is this will come up in the voice, I guess. Is it coming up? Is there any voice? I don't hear. Let me just. Hello? Hello? Yeah, I think there is some little voice, but I can't do much. It's too much for this particular PC. Okay, finish. And yep, we are good to go, I guess, for this at least. So I can just close it, go back, and we are here. Okay, next thing what I want is a bunch of packages basically. So this is done. Let's do the nvm as well. Nvm helps you manage basically the entire node package managers. It's basically a node package management library, and it helps you install a bunch of node environments depending on what you are, right? So there's that. Okay, let's see one thing. At the very end, oh crap, it's not available. It should have been, but okay, let's remove this. Also, let's open this with code because we are going to be using it too much. Yes, allow, everything allow. At the very end, what we are going to do is make it like this. This includes our entire nvm. And what I'm going to do now, I like few like aliases, to be honest. So let me just remove this, and this should be code, right? And here are the aliases that I like. And because this is Windows, right? I mean WSL, so we are not limited by the PowerShell problems. So if I open it, I'll just show you. If I open my profile with the code, you see that I have to create so many PowerShell configurations, right? Starship and these, and then I have to create functions for git add so that it is like adding and then GA. I don't have to do it in ZSH, right? So what I can do is I can start with GS, which is git status. Then I can say GM, which is git commit with M, right? Then I can have GPS, which is, for me, it's git pull origin. I mean push origin, not pull. This is something that I do because my hands are set up like this. Then GPL, which will be git pull origin, right? Now, if I need anything beyond origin, then I can just type the entire command, but most of the time it's always origin, right? Then there will be GA, alias GA, which will be simply git add, and I will write what to add. So dot can happen later. Then what else is left? GF will be not girlfriend, but git fetch origin. Okay, here it is. Now, then I will have GA, GS, GM, GPS, GPL, and GF. There's also git checkout. So git checkout, right? And what we can have GCB, which means just, you know, do the branch as well. And GC simply means git checkout, right? Now, some of them I cannot do here because of some issues. So for example, this is working fine, but GCB had internal command here, so I could not do it. So yeah, okay. So after that, I have JGC. Okay, J equals Java for me. Will I install it? Maybe. Because even though I don't use it, I just install everything. I don't know why, but yeah. Then there's a PHP composer. Okay, PHP is not required here because I will be doing it in Windows if I ever do it, because of the herd. Composer same, PHP artisan same. G, yes, I need the G part. I cannot spell Go, that's how lazy I am. Then cargo, CA, yeah, cargo I think I need it. Goland, no, Goland is not necessary. PH is not necessary. Yeah, one thing I should be doing is this thing. C, this is for code, right? So anytime I write C dot, that means code. GC, something like that. Go is here. Am I learning Rust? Yeah, I mean, I'm not learning Rust, but who cares? Yeah, let's not do it. It's going to be too much. Okay, so this much should be enough. Hopefully there's no, yeah, temperature are going down. Cool. Okay, so these are my so-called quick setups, aliases. Now what I'm going to do next is, since that is installed, let's source it. Oh, not here. Here. Source it. This will give me NVM. Cool. Now simply, oh, one more thing. What I need is, since I have installed Vim, NVim, so I do it using this, right? This is PNPM for me. Then NVim is basically Vim. So whenever I type V, that will be NVim. And then I need bun, because if I'm using bun, I need this. NPM, I just use the entire NPM. Yarn I stopped using, so these should be enough. Again, source it, and let's install LTS. Like I said, I always like to be at the latest. I don't know why. In my job, that actually creates a lot of friction between my mind and how the practice is, because you don't develop production ready apps in bleeding edge. especially when that's not your product. It's somebody else's product and they want the things to be stable. So they don't trust the stable releases of new frameworks or anything new for that matter, which is funny, but that's how it is. Okay. Yeah, cool. So that is done. I don't need more than that. Then one thing I do is I enable the core pack, right? And then I simply say prepare. What was it? Let me just check. Core pack. Yep, it's the same command. Activate pnpm at the at the rate latest. So that activated. And now if I say that like this is my pnpm, right? This is my vim. Okay. Next, SDK man. What is this? Well, this is all for Java. And just this should be enough. What happened? Okay, sudo apt install unzip. Cool. Okay. Here it goes. Okay, sudo apt install zip. Don't know why it needs both, but fair enough. Cool. So what this will help me do is actually install GDK. What I like to do is Zulo. I don't know why, because I think in React Native it has some sort of like a Zulo or something. And their license is good, I guess. Let me check. React Native. Okay, here goes React Native. We are getting started and let's set up the environment in Linux. I don't care about this, don't care about this, don't care about this. I think it was like what? Linux. Yep. This should be exported. Thing is, I plan to do the development, but only using Expo, right? Not this. So maybe I don't need it. SDK manager can also found within studio settings. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. Right now, I don't think I need it. I'm extremely interested in this only. Let's say, what is a Java version that we are actually using? Java. Yeah, technically, I think there's a bundle version as well, so we might not need anything. Okay, cool. But let's install this. So what we can do is SDK, it's done. Let me just remove it. One thing here I go, default. Yeah, always run this like this. Startup. This should be now this and make it save. Oh crap. That will be bad. Okay, default, make it less save. Okay. One more thing is ch sh. There was something like some shell or something. Let me just check. ch shell zsh. How to make this? Ask Ubuntu By the way, as long as you go to stack changes or anywhere which is stack related, and you simply read the question and the answer and don't ask new questions, they're very good. By the way, they are not rude anymore, right? Because I think 12 years back or some days back, people were actually good. They don't belittle you. Okay. Okay, right, now let's check. Yep, now it works. Cool. Then I guess SDK list Java, right? What this should do is give me all the list, right? And let's go and check what is the Java latest LTS. By the way, I will never use it. So latest version is this. LTS is 21. So let's start with the LTS part. Corretto I have used, that's with Microsoft. Zulu is here. Do we have OpenSDK? OpenGDK, yeah. So let's start with this. Zulu, Zulu here, I think. So what I'll do is install Java. Omit the install default version temp. Okay, what is temp? Okay, JetBrains also have their own. Corretto is there. Let's start with Corretto. No, wait. I don't know what this is. I don't know what, I mean, this makes sense. Let's do with this. Okay, sudo, not this. SDK install Java, this. And this will install the entire thing. So that setups my Java, even though for the most part I won't use it. Now let's say Golang. Golang I actually use because I don't know why I started to like it. Let's download it there only, the D file, go back. I mean, this is not required, but let's see. Okay, so rm blah 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 local blah blah blah. Okay, so what I have to do is make it like this, then D, downloads, then Golang, move it here, right? And then use this. Okay, like make it with sudo. So first sudo, then and sudo, and this should do it. Okay, that worked. So let's just remove this and source it, even though it's not required, I guess. Let me check. Yep, I am not going to use it anymore. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, we have to do this at the very end. Let's do that. Source it and go version. Cool, it works. Now here what I like to do is create this folder. So what I'll do is I'll open one folder which is inside the C, my users, code dusting, projects, I'll open that. Don't save. What happened? Okay, there are so many of them. CD. Then let's explorer.exe here only. What I don't like is sort of GPT. Like basically, this is my something that I was doing. So I just simply want to remove all the node modules. I don't know whether I have that or not. Something like, if I remember, there was something like, okay, I mean, technically this sets up the entire thing. I simply have to move these things there. So maybe I can just start removing the node models one by one. That should also work. But there was a recursive command, if I'm correct, which I had, PowerShell. No. There was some recursive command, if I'm correct, because this will take too much of time. Okay, code crafters, Kafka, not really. Yep, which is working just fine. CPP, NAND to Tetris, okay, Golang. Yep, I bought that part, so I am doing that. Interview, Java, never used it. It's very basic, I guess. JavaScript, oh crap. Okay, I guess I'll move these things one by one because of that tutorial, because this will be too much. If I just do this, there will be huge amount of Node.js, which I don't, node modules, which I don't want. But okay, this sets up the entire thing. I can create a new projects. That's what I do in the home page, and here then I can start working on it. I think I missed one. Okay, Bun.js. Deno I don't use anymore. All right, this works. So added path. Okay, so then do it. One goes here. Cool. One upgrade. It's latest. Now what I'll do is, yeah, one more thing forgot to add. Where it is here. So there's a thing called bx, which is bunx, and we have something called nx, which is pnpm dls dlx. Okay, then we can choose whether we want n or that, because n is less, kind of like time space consumption is less in n. So nx is there, or we can say create next app. Let's start with the next app thing, because that's exactly what we are going to be using from tomorrow onwards. Next and nest. Nest is something that I want to actually go and complete. There's something called Encore. If I don't know whether you guys actually know about it, but this, I also don't know whether this is open. Oh, they say it is open source. So now let's install that as well, because I was looking into it and I think it's good. In terms of speed, they say it is good. Then we can create these things. Okay. Thing is, this is for both, right? Cool. and manually add this. Let's see. Okay, they did not add it. Cool. And source it. Hello, hello. It's not okay. It's not actually lagging, thankfully for now. After sourcing, let's create a tutorial. Login, sign up for free cloud account to enable automatic cloud deployment. Um, I'll check this thing. I think I have to look into it. This is disabled. I do have an account with them if I'm correct. Okay, well, no, how to actually, start it. But basically, these are the things that I want to build with it, technically speaking. So that's the area where I will be going, right? And I think I should like make this part a little bit more small. Yep. And it should be somewhere like here. So since I use this, so nothing should be actually bad. The only issue is this part. So I can actually do it like this, right? Okay, that is done. Let's install, not this, let's install this thing. Yeah, so the issue I have with Nest and both Angular and Nest is they need some sort of like a global installer and PNPM, and then they have some NPM dependency as well. Okay, this is an article by Chao Cheng and this new, okay, so you can actually utilize that. Okay, let's do it then. Same should be going to what I think I missed something. No, Angular. So Angular is actually making a comeback kind of, but I used it in 2021, I guess, which was Angular 11 or 10 or something like that. And right now it is like what, 19, right? Sorry. Then there has to be a way, ngpnpm. I mean, I installed one, but I hardly use it. I mean, that's extremely good, but I tend to use PNPM now because I don't know, it's kind of like a in a middle, you can say, just preference, and the space preference is also there. So yeah. I think this was it, if I'm correct. Config package manager, Angular config package manager. This not really setting up the local environment. Okay, why don't they actually? Okay, this means you can set the pattern manager. Okay. That's good. I mean, why not? Let's install that as well. Like I said, I want to be at the latest. Okay. This is done, that is done, and yeah, cool. So these are done. Mojo, let's start with that. Pretty sure it should work. Magic is a package manager and virtual environment tool that uses your Macs, and Mojo builds reproducible. What about this only? Install. Okay. I don't know if I need some sort of like a. I mean, programming languages requiring source that. Uh, let's check. Okay, it works in Linux. That's good. Okay, but what did it do? Okay, it has these files. Remove. Okay, we can remove this, we can remove this, we can have this. CD and magic shell. Okay. Okay, that's kind of like an environment, I guess. And then I can have Mojo version. Cool. Okay, so at least this is done. Then let's check Mojo. Okay, it does not work. First, let's use a REPL, which allows you to write and run Mojo code in a command prompt. Start REPL session, type Mojo and press enter. It does not work. Unknown error. Okay. Let's try one more time. Okay. Let's see. This goes to Mojo REPL goes here. REPL broken, but everything else seems to work okay. Since this was when latest nightly. I mean, pretty sure I am like what end of this year. So this bug came back, I guess. 2024. Crap. Trend. Okay, I'm also facing Wish knew it. The language so interesting, yet I can't run it. Just a symbolic link will work after installing. Okay. Liberate. Okay. How to install this part? Install Ubuntu. I'm pretty sure it's just one liberate will be like, okay, not this. Here, exit, shit. Okay. Sudo apt install. Okay. It is, there's no registered releases. Okay. Then this should work afterwards, I guess. Have to go inside this project, hello world, magic shell, mojo. Yep, now it works. Cool. Hello world. Okay, this goes. I mean, why? I just did now. Print hello world. Yep, print hello world. That's weird. Print weird. I mean, like, that's weird. Okay, anyways, it's working, I guess. Quit. Cool. Create a mojo file. Let's do it. Hello.mojo. Let's do the hello mojo. I can enter into it. Fn main like this. Print hello world. Okay, mojo. Hello mojo. It works. Okay, let's also build it. Mojo build hello mojo. Suitable. Okay, don't I have build tools? I think it's build essentials. If I'm correct, it's build essentials. Build essential. I mean, we can also install Zig and that will be good, right? See, it's not like I'm going to use every one of them. Okay, what is the latest package? 22 something something. Where is Ubuntu? Ubuntu. Huh? Where it is? Where is it? Where is it? Wait. Holy. No way I'm using Snap. What about Debian? Wow. Forget it then, I guess. We'll see later. Mojo build. Failed to link executable. Cannot find LZ. Should not be available, no? Okay. I think I have to restart. Let me check. GCC version, G++ version. This works. Um, let's go inside. Let's go inside. Hello world. Uh, Magic shell. Mojo build. Okay, I guess they should include these things in their doc because it's not an out of box experience, I guess. And I have to look into these. Like, okay, our loader and library found. That means that package contains them. Oh wait, let me check. I removed it, but it's basically LZ, right? Or something like that. Hmm. How to install it? I think that is better option. Hmm. It is available. I don't see the issue here. Okay, no issue. I'll look later. I'll look into it later. For now, I can just remove this. I mean, at least the Mojo is installed. Then we can also try n this thing. It should be nx. No, and create next app at the rate latest, right? That will install the latest version. Create like this. Let's say next 15. You know what? Let's call it as mono repox, right? Let's go inside the mono repox, and here let's call this. We'll call it next. We call it front end. Source ID need it. Yeah, that's basically my front end. And here I'll try and install this part, which is backend. Okay. I mean, I'm trying to think of something like a mono repo setups, just in case if I am going to do some sort of like a project buildup, that should be good with that. And nest new backend. Okay, let's go with this. There will be fundamental issues with these, but I think I made something. Wait a minute. Let me just go to PowerShell. There's a project, there's a mono repos, and not this. Is it inside nest? Okay. JavaScript. No. JavaScript. Here do I have inside the package? There it is. Mono repox. Yep. Let's open that. So what I'll do is I'll just copy paste these things. So first and foremost, let's also open this. This is on the WSL. Yep, trust author. And here let's also say init. This is my mono repo setup, right? Mono repox. Yeah. Mono repox. Okay, we can close this part. We can put it like this. And let's make it like so for this particular setup. Technically, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine. We don't care much. This is on WSL if I'm correct. No, this is not on WSL. This is it. Okay. Then we have this. Okay. Yeah, I think I understand where this is going, but there was one more, if I'm correct. Inside this, I guess. Yeah, it's not actually here. Okay, I think I look into it. Maybe here. My repositories. Yep, it's not here. I think I messed up somewhere, someplace else. But yeah, cool. So we have set up these two. So basically the front end will be like this and the back end will be like this. So tomorrow what I'll be doing is I'll just do some sort of like a setup for the monorepo system where we will start building things using, Nest and Next. And we can start with a very basic, which is authorization forms. That's what I'm thinking of because there's a pattern scenarios that are happening. So for example, in most companies, let's say in most products, so what happens is you have a dedicated backend team and you have a front-end team, right? And the dedicated backend team works in a dedicated backend technologies. They don't work mostly on Next.js. So what they do is they use something like Nest, Spring Boot, Golang, whatever, like Express, whatever they want to use. And so the auth setup is on their end and the cookie setup and things like that is on their end, right? Then what happens is you are going to use the front end version of it. And especially with the app router, there is a inherent, you can say, confusion that we have a layout, okay? And this is a server component. Makes sense? The reason why this is like so, I think something is broken, okay? The reason why this is like something like so is that when you try to call any sort of like a fetch or API calls, they fail, technically speaking, especially if it requires authorization part of it. The reason why they fail is because we are not including auth headers or cookie headers or something like that. But when we are on the client, right, there we have to include something like credentials include if we are using fetch, or with credentials if we are using XUs. So like there's a constant issues because of the mental pattern that we have become accustomed to in the front end, which means everything was on the client end. So everything was on a browser. So the cookies, even though they are set from the backend technologies, were always being sent. But then we need these, some sort of like mechanism in and out. So that's what we are going to do from tomorrow onwards. Cool. I guess this should be it. I can just stop it and we'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully I will do it. Yeah. The setup is done. What I'll end up doing now is basically, making everything. I will move everything from this folder to this folder. And if you check, there are a lot of things that I am actually learning. Adonis.js, which is kind of like a Laravel for JavaScript. Then there's Angular, Astro, Elixir.js is something that I want to focus on as well. And Nest and Next. Yeah. So let's see where this entire thing goes. The aim is to be live at least 3 times a week. Cool. Thanks. Bye.